Hi everyone. Good evening, good afternoon, and early good morning. It's Jordie James, psychic medium, with you this lovely Thursday afternoon or evening over there, and it's Friday afternoon here. We've had some gorgeous weather in Victoria the last week, or in the last week actually. We've been hitting the high teens, which is quite warm for us since it's been so miserable and really, really, really wintry the last couple of weeks. So this week has been an absolute beautiful week, full of sun, and I've been out doing the gardening, getting ready for spring to get all my veggies in, and just having a little bit of a earthy grounding week this week for me. I have been a little bit quiet this week, but for me, when I know I'm like that, I know I've got to do things for me, which has been a lot of soul searching and a lot of reconnecting with myself, which I've also found quite interesting because some of the readings I've had this week have all been reconnecting and connecting back into the control of ourselves, which is quite it's a beautiful thing when we get to it, but we can also get a little bit emotional. But that is normal. No, it's like I want to say we can be as strong as we can be, but sometimes we just need to take a breath and breathe and maybe have that good cry, because when you have that good cry, you open up your heart chakra as well. So it's like the heart chakra opens up with a lot of different emotions. So yeah, it's like that's where I've been this week. It's quite an interesting week, but it's good. It's a really good sort of a reconnection and knowing where I stand, looking at things are going on. And that's where I feel that people are doing it now as well. I've noticed in a couple of the readings this week on people just wanting to know, make sure everything is going to be okay. Now, I actually saw a beautiful friend of mine do a little bit of a talk this morning, and it was true. It sort of rang home with me about sort of depression and anxiety. It's sort of two different of the spectrum. It's like living in the past and living in the future, not living in the present. I actually did some present work today, which was absolutely awesome. So, and a friend, as soon as I started doing that work, a friend of mine called me and I was just like, oh my God, I just turned everything off and just was there in the present, which was amazing. Also, to talk a little bit about in the last year or two, I've been a teacher. So I've actually been mentoring people, opening up beautiful, beautiful, beautiful souls, opening up to working with their own intuition, their own clairs. And when what I suggest when you go and have a reading or a healing is just allow yourself to be open to what comes. Because the more you're open with your heart and your mind, the more you'll actually receive from the reading and from spirit. I was going to talk about clairs today, but because we had a few technical difficulties at the start, I'll probably bring that up next week. I feel like that's next week's topic. So I have the beautiful Marlene from Los Angeles on the phone. Hi, Marlene. How you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Good. I think I just threw Dave to my first caller, so it's quite funny when I throw him. How are you? How are you this evening?
I'm wonderful, and I was just listening to you, and you know, it's like very interesting your direction and how you guide people, and that's why I called too, because I need your guidance, and I'm so glad that I got you. So thank you for that.
Oh, Marlene, thank you so much for connecting with me, and I'm really glad. Spirit, it's always a way when spirit or the universe, you need to hear something. You're always drawn to the right person to give that reading. And it's really interesting because I always say that to my clients. If you're not drawn to me, I'm quite happy to put you on to someone else that I trust in the industry. So, but thank you so much. Let's do. So you want a bit of guidance now? Do you mind if I go mediumship if someone comes through, or you're happy just to go with psychic? Or
I'm open with whatever comes through, whatever spirit wants to tell me. Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Now, I know the beautiful Los Angeles, it doesn't really get cold to a point, but it does. But I know you're going into the fall season at the moment. So where I want to say to you, summer's been, I feel the energy around you is quite heightened at the moment. And I do feel like you're a little bit, it's like I want to say you're in that sort of phase of being a little bit lightheaded, And for me, that is not to do with health. It's to do with energy. And I feel that you need to ground yourself a little bit more because I feel like summer's been really hectic for you. Would that make sense?
Yes, 1,000%.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like I want to say, you love being busy. I don't know. I feel that if I don't know if you work maybe 2 jobs, but I just feel like if you've only got 1 job, you want to make sure you're always busy because you love to help people, you love to be around people. It's like I want to say you're in customer service, but I don't know. But I just feel that sort of customer sort of interactions really, really strong with you. But what I want to say to you is the fact that you always need to be busy. You can never really have a calm moment. And this is why I feel that that's the reason why I sort of brought it up this week, the fact that I've had some quiet time this week to sort of reflect. And I feel like that's coming up for you. And I feel like it's more in the next couple of weeks because I just feel like you've been non-stop. Would that make sense to you?
Oh, yeah, I have, like, side jobs, so that's true. And I'm non-stop all the time, so that's very true.
And it's not like to say to have a holiday, but it's like I want to say you need to organise or diarise at least an hour to 2 hours in your diary just for you to do what you want to do. And I would say read a book or listen to music or dance. Dance is really important for you, Marlene. Would that make sense to you?
Yeah, I don't know to what extent, though, but I do love dancing because I don't actually focus on it either. So
yeah, it's not the fact that you're a professional dancer, but it's funny. It's like I want to say when you listen to music, you like to dance, and when you get the rhythm, it's like I want to say the body goes, we need to release some energy. So that's where I feel like dancing is in for you. I don't feel like it's professional. I just feel like you need to, when you put music on and do the housework, it's do like a little jig or do dance. It's like I want to say it's impromptu exercise without having the exercise tag around it. Would that make sense to you?
Yes, it does. I can totally see myself doing that.
Yeah, and just be mindful that when you do that, that is your time too. So it's not doing anything for anyone else. It's actually you doing. It's like I need to tell you to step back and take perspective of the way your life is running at the moment, because at the moment you're so in it, you can't really step out and look at it in a perspective. Would that make sense? And I just want to make reference to now it's time. And this is where I say when we have times that we're in a lull or we're really quiet, it's like I want to say it gives us time to sit back and look at things in a different perspective without being actually in the energy. So do you work as a healer? Because I keep using and rubbing my hands. So are you a healer?
No, I'm not. But I've been told whether I am a reader or something like that. But no, I'm very spiritual, though.
Yeah, I was just going to say you've got the intent. You've got all this beautiful like energy around you, and I feel that okay, thank you. I have got a lady who's coming through. I feel like it's a grandmother because she's coming through like a grandmother, and she just wants to give you a massive hug. She also wants to give you a squeezy cheeks because I know I'm sort of only got short on time this time, but you can always connect with me on my Facebook page. But I just want to say I feel that she's showing me flowers and giving me beautiful daisies to give to you, but she wants to sort of squeeze your cheeks. Now, I feel like this grandmother's on mum's side of the family, and there's also a J. I don't know if it's Jan or Janice or Janice, or there's some sort of reference to this name on mum's side of the family. Now, is mum also one of 5?
Juana is my grandmother from my dad's side.
Oh, okay.
She's always around me.
Okay, is Dad one of 5?
What?
Is Dad one of 5 boys or 5 children?
No, my grandmother. That's just one person. I don't know, like, the extent of it.
Okay. No, because I just see that because I feel like if this is your dad's mum, I want to make reference to, she wants to say hi to your mum. So I just want to say this.
Oh, my mother's passed.
Oh, so mum's saying hi. Okay, thank you. because I just feel like they're both together, and even I feel like they were pretty close in this life as well, Marlene. There's just a reference to having a reconnection once they're both over there. But I do feel, did your mum pass after your dad's mum, so your grandmother?
Yeah, years after. She passed in 2012. And then my grandmother passed like when my father was 7, and he's 60 now. So, yeah, it's been a while.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. And I also want to make reference to the year of 1998 as well for you. So I don't know what that significance means.
Oh, well, I graduated. I graduated from high school in 97.
Okay. Yep. So I just want to say they're both here, and they're both giving you big rosy cheeks. Like, I want to squeeze your cheeks and make them really rosy. I also want to say they're really happy because they just want to say they're together, even though I want to say it's your mum and your dad's mum. But I feel like whether or not they were close, but I just want to make reference to they're close now. And I do want to say, can you please, Dad's still here, yes?
My dad's still here, yeah.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I'm just being mindful, or they're showing me his right leg, so I don't know if it's his ankle. I feel like I'm being drawn to the side of his knee and his ankle that he's having issues with at the moment, but I just feel like it's just
That's correct.
Whether or not it's arthritis or something, but they're just making me aware that he needs to make sure he rubs the good stuff on his ankle and his knee. So I don't know if you've got a really good rub that you guys used in the family, but there's something about the good stuff on his legs to keep it mobile. But can I leave that with you?
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you for that. It's been...
To rubbing, yeah. But Marlene, I do want to say I feel that in the next couple of weeks there's going to be some time that you can sit and just be with you. And I do want to say, are you got a relationship? I feel like you've got a partner or a husband. Would that make sense?
I have a husband, and he's just recently reconnected with me. We live together, but I have like so much doubt. And there's, yeah. So I don't think it's going anywhere, but I'm just playing it out.
I was just going to say, I know you just said that you've reconnected, but I just feel like there's new beginnings, but on a different level. And I know you just said that, so, but I just want to say there's something about different level, but I do want to say there's some sort of, I want to say completion, or actually being at it's like I want to say being at a safe distance, but also being aware that to feel safe and being you. And I really feel that's important for you.
Oh, thank you so much for reminding me, because I have to be stubborn with him all the time and, voice my opinion all the time very loudly and, in a nice, respectful way.
It's interesting around him. As much as I'm seeing stubbornness around him, I know he's got a very sensitive heart and a very sensitive energy around him, yet he always puts himself within a bubble of protection. Like he's really, he doesn't really allow his feelings to come out, because I feel that he's never been nurtured when he was younger. But that's just a reference there. But Marlene, I do want to say thank you so much. But I just feel like there's things are going to change with that relationship, that it's going to be a lot stronger in a sense of you two being individual, not being in a relationship. But there's new beginnings of reconnection as friendship, and just being able to be, like, I want to say there's a friendship there. And I do, whether or not it gets back together, but there's just, Marlene, there's just a reference to being very mindful or being aware of just you. It's like I want to say knowing each other and where each other are, just to have that connection without being totally remarried again.
Wow, that's beautiful. That's what I thought, and that's what I want to develop. So I appreciate that.
Not a problem, Marlene. May I leave that with you? Thank you so much for calling, and thank you for connecting with me.
Thank you so much.
No, that's all right, Marlene. Please contact with me on Facebook. I would love to chat to you again, but thank you so much for allowing that, and have a good evening.
All right, you too. You take care.
Right.
Have a wonderful night.
Thank you. You too. Bye. Bye. The next, I have a beautiful caller, Leanne from, is it Oregon in, I can't pronounce it, in Utah. Sorry, Leanne. How are you going?
I'm good. How are you?
Very well, thank you. Oh, my God, I'm getting really, really hot with you. Okay. Would you like to go psychic or mediumship today, or a bit of both?
Just a general reading.
Yeah, just a general reading? Okay. So you're happy with either psychic or mediumship, yes?
What's that?
So you're happy to go with psychic or mediumship, Leanne?
Yes.
Yeah, perfect. Sorry, I just wanted to make sure because I have got a gentleman that's standing behind me, but I just want to, oh my God, he's so gorgeous. I do want to say, Leanne, I can see around you that even though I feel that you've got this beautiful front, I want to say, I feel that there's a lot of emotion going on around you. And I feel like there is, I don't know if there's grief or there's some sort of reference to the last 2 to 3 months around you that I'm finding that you're, whether or not you're struggling with control or there's just a reference to being, it's like I want to say, you feel like you're out of control, yet I know you're in control. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. And I do want to say I do want to, I feel like it's a grief of loss, but then I also want to say to you that this loss, I can see it at the moment. Have you lost someone or have you broken? I just feel like there's a loss.
No.
Okay. So let me just go into that a little bit more then. Just bear with me for a second. Because, okay. So I feel, okay, loss of self. Okay, that makes sense. So would I make sense of losing control or not being in control of things around you at the moment? Would that make sense? And it makes you really, I feel very emotional around you. I also feel very tight in my chest. So I feel like I've got a gentleman with me who's coming through with heart and lung. There's a reference to, I feel like, whether or not there was fluid around this gentleman's heart and lungs. Would that make sense to you?
Yes.
Yeah. And would this gentleman be either, I feel like I want to make reference to your grandfather or mum's side, or there's a reference to this. Would that make sense to you?
Say that again.
Would it be your grandfather or mum's side? This gentleman?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It could be.
Okay. So are you aware? Okay, he's giving me 69. Now, there's a reference to his age of 69. I don't know if that's the age that he passed or the age that he was not well, but there's a reference to this. And he's got a real gentle heart to him. So I want to say real gentle soul. He's very gentle and a very kind gentleman. I do want to say there's something about 6 children. So is mum one of 6?
I have 6 children.
Okay, thank you. So is mum one of 4 then? Because I feel like she's one of 4.
Okay. So
Yeah.
my grandpa probably?
Okay. So, okay, cool. Because he's just giving me 6 and then 4. Okay, perfect. Because you're not one of 4, are you?
No, I'm not.
Okay, thank you. Because I know it's there. Okay, thank you. Okay. Hold on a second. Would I make sense? Would your dad still be here?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Because he wants to say hello to your dad as well, because I feel like there's a connection to your dad. So if this is your mum.
My grandpa.
Yeah, okay, so this
my
would be
dad's
dad's.
dad.
Okay. Now, did you meet him?
Yes.
Okay. So the validation of the fluid around the heart and lungs, would that make sense to you also?
Yes.
Okay. I do want to say that your mum's dad is here as well, and I feel like he's just sort of stepped in a little bit just to say hi, but also mum's still here as well. Can you please give mum yellow, I want to say, I know they're probably not in season at the moment, but yellow daffodils and yellow daisies, but every yellow flower under the sun he wants to give me to give to your mum. So I feel like that's your grandfather on mum's side, but he's just making me reference. And I also want to say,
okay.
Did you meet your mum? Did you meet your grandfather on mum's side as well?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Okay, so I just want to leave that with you because I feel like I need to just give those flowers to your mum. Okay. Now,
okay.
Okay, thank you. So this is so you would know that your dad's dad was 69 or roughly 69 with health issues, or when he passed. Would that make sense?
Yes, when he started having problems.
Okay. Okay. So he has passed, yes?
Yes.
Okay. Leanne, what I want to say is he just wants to give you, I feel like he's got this beautiful sort of, I don't know if he smoked, but I feel like he smoked a pipe, or there's some sort of reference to a sweet smoke. I can I can smell with him, but there's just a reference of him being around at the moment for you to lift you and lift your spirits, because there's been a few, like around this time of year, there's a reference to losing someone, or a reference to just being, I do feel like, so had someone passed in August? Because he's bringing in August for you.
My grandpa.
Okay, thank you. So, oh, God bless him. He's absolutely gorgeous. I do want to say that he's just coming through to say, look, he wants to give you the sunshine. As much I know you guys are going into fall, but he goes, you need to go out to the sunshine and just feel the warmth of you, because I feel like you're a bit hot at the moment as well. So I don't know if you're going through a few things at the moment. I don't know if you're not well, but there's just a reference to my energy's changing with you. So I feel like my vibration's changing, and I feel like just the heat. I've only got a minute to go, but I do want to say to you, please go out and take a few deep breaths outside. And I know that in the next week, things are going to change for you, and there's more sort of openness. And I do feel like you've only gone through this period in the last month just to have a look at different things. But emotionally, don't be so hard on yourself. Would that make sense?
Yes.
Okay. Leanne, may I leave that with you? I've only got 30 seconds. So thank you so much. If you would like to reconnect with me, please connect with me on Facebook, Jordie James, Psychic Medium. Leanne, thank you so much. And I do feel like your grandfather's giving you a massive kiss and a pink rose just to give you his love, okay? And please get Dad to stop. I don't know what he's doing, that he's not looking after his health, but can you just keep an eye on him, please, because I know your dad's stubborn.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much,
Thank
Leanne.
you.
Have a lovely evening. And thank you, everyone. Have a good rest of the day. Have a good rest of the weekend. And I will see you all next week. Thank you.